hello. I didn't see you there. I'm magician Robert Strong, and I'm going to share with you the anatomy of a magic trick. Now, all magic tricks have 5 parts. First, the assumption. I understand the assumptions you'll make about an art pad. That it is flat, has many pages, and weighs about 2 pounds. Next, I know the assumptions you'll make about a magic marker. It has a cap, ink, and has a strong smell. Together, I know the assumptions you'd expect that a marker would do to an art pad. It would leave a few marks, maybe even a circle. Now the third part is the conceal. I hide the secret in plain sight. The fourth part is the reinforce. I strengthen the incorrect story that you create in your mind. The fifth and final part is the magic. That is the moment when your brain struggles with the wrong assumptions and the new reality that is revealed.
That was awesome. When that bowling ball hit the ground, you jumped out of your seat just a little. Now, for those of you who are paying very close attention, I only listed 4 of the 5 parts. I left out the very top secret, misdirect, which I'll get to in precisely 60 seconds. So the first slide we're going to talk about are assumptions. Your brain is very powerful, and it's constantly making assumptions about the world around you. It does that through millions of years of evolution. Your instincts are very strong. You don't have to test every step you take before you take the step to confirm that the ground's going to hold your weight. And don't reach out to people and grab them and touch their body parts and make sure they're all, real body parts and not fake body parts. That'd be awkward. So magicians exploit these assumptions, these instincts, to create illusions, tricks. Now, speaking of assumptions, you probably have already made a few assumptions today. For example, these glasses are real and that they have lenses in them, but they don't. You probably assume that that watch that I referred to 60 seconds ago was not blue painter's tape. You probably assumed that this microphone is real and not the Shibari 3000. It's a spot massager that you can get overnighted from Amazon for $38.37. You probably also assume that my body parts are real and not fake body parts made of plastic. Now, the brain works in mysterious ways. Now, I've scrambled the letters, and because the brain is programmed to make sense out of nonsense, to make connections that are not always necessarily there, to kind of live in the future and predict what comes next, it's very easy because of the context of TEDxSanFrancisco, you know that was supposed to say, dare to know. Speaking of predictions, you, sir, in the front row, the guy who jumped. What is your name? Patrick. I have a prediction, a jumbo playing card over there. Would you name a playing card out loud?
6 of diamonds.
6 of diamonds. That's interesting. Because on the other side of this jumbo playing card, Patrick, I have the 6 of diamonds right about there. Now that is an anti-magic trick. The context of seeing a magician, you kind of expected that the 6 of diamonds would be the only card on the other side. That wasn't an amazing magic trick, but this bowling ball, that was awesome. That was an amazing magic trick. We'll get that out of the way. Now, the next slide we're going to talk about is the third part of a magic trick, which is the misdirection. Please raise your hand if you can read the words on this card. That's just about most of you. Now, speaking of attention, please bring your attention to the 6 of diamonds. It is the only one that's drawn on there because the other cards are actually stuck on there. Let me help. Ladies and gentlemen, Theron is a great speaker, a great magician, and today a great misdirect. Thank you, Theron. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the conceal. I won't spend a lot of time on this because magicians hate when you talk about the conceal. In concept, it's the secret of the magic trick that's hidden in plain sight. You don't know to look for it because you don't know what you're looking for. There's actually a real dog in the middle of those stuffed animals, and once you see it, it's difficult to unsee. Just like when a magician watches another magician's magic show, if he knows the method, it's really difficult for him to unsee it. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the reinforce. The reinforce, this is interesting, it's the psychology of magic. It's when you give what's called time misdirection, that's more time and space, from the secret, and you also give extra information that guides you away from the truth and moves you towards that false story that was created in the brain. Like when I wrote the words bowling ball on the art pad, that kind of reinforced that it was a real art pad and a real magic marker so that I can make a real bowling ball appear. Which brings me to the last part, the magic moment. The magic moment, ladies and gentlemen, is that moment where your brain struggles with a false reality that was created in your mind and the truth that is revealed. I'll end with a quote from a magician who lived about 2 generations before I got into magic, Jerry Andrews, and he was known to say, "I can fool you because you're a human. You have a wonderful human mind that's no different from my human mind. Usually, when the mind is fooled, it didn't make a mistake. It came to the wrong conclusion for the right reasons." Thank you.